He's the man behind some of the biggest stars, boy bands, and viral moments in entertainment history. The brutally honest judge whose cutting remarks could make or break careers.
What do you think I'm going to say to you?
No.
Correct. Goodbye.
But before he became the king of talent shows and a global TV icon, Simon Cowell was just another struggling music executive trying to spot the next big thing. This is the story of how a mailroom clerk became a $600 million entertainment mogul who changed both television and music forever. Back in the 1970s, the music industry was a very different place. Record labels controlled everything: who got signed, what songs they recorded, and how they were marketed to the public. Breaking into this world wasn't easy, even if your father happened to be an executive at EMI Music Publishing. That's where our story begins. A teenage Simon Cowell, having dropped out of school and bounced between various jobs, landed in the mailroom at EMI thanks to his father's connections. But unlike many privileged kids who might have coasted on their family name, Cowell had something that would define his entire career: an ear for what people wanted to hear and an eye for what they wanted to see. Working his way up from the mailroom, Cowell learned the music business from the ground up. He understood that success in this industry wasn't just about talent, it was about marketability, timing, and that indefinable it factor that separates stars from someone else. This knowledge would serve him well in the decades to come. The path to success rarely runs smooth, and Cowell's journey was about to take a dramatic turn. In the mid-1980s, flush with confidence from his time at EMI, he decided to strike out on his own. Along with his partner, Ian Burton, he founded Fanfare Records, a small independent label with big ambitions. At first, things looked promising. The label scored its first hit with Sunita's So Macho in 1986, a dance pop track that climbed the UK charts and seemed to signal the beginning of something big. But the music industry can be brutal, and success one year doesn't guarantee survival the next. Despite that early hit, Fanfare Records began to struggle. The costs mounted, the hits dried up, and by 1989, the company's financial situation had become dire. Pete Waterman, a successful producer who had worked with the label, was forced to put a freeze on Fanfare's assets. He even took Cowell's prized Porsche as compensation for outstanding production and royalty payments. The collapse was total. Cowell found himself not just broke, but facing bankruptcy. The man who had once driven a Porsche and lived the high life of a music executive was forced to sell his house and move back in with his parents in their suburban home. He was 30 years old, and by all appearances, his career in the music industry was over before it had really begun. But what looked like an ending turned out to be just the first act. During those difficult days living in his childhood bedroom, Cowell actually did something. He learned from his mistakes. He realized that success in the music industry wasn't just about having an ear for hits. It was about understanding the business side, about being strategic and knowing when to take risks and when to play it safe. Armed with these hard-won lessons, Cowell managed to land a position as an A&R consultant at BMG Records. It was a step down from running his own label, but he approached the role with a new determination and wisdom. He started small, creating novelty records with acts like the Puppets, Zig and Zag, and the Power Rangers. These weren't exactly prestige projects, but they taught him valuable lessons about marketing and what audiences would buy. Then came the moment that would change everything. While watching a popular TV drama called Soldier Soldier, Cowell heard two of the actors, Robson Green and Jerome Flynn, perform Unchained Melody on the show. Where others might have seen just another cover version, Cowell saw an opportunity. He spent months persistently pursuing the actors, convinced they could have a hit record. His persistence paid off. Robson and Jerome's version of Unchained Melody didn't just hit number one, it became the biggest selling single of 1995, spending 7 weeks at the top of the UK charts. Their follow-up, I Believe, Up on the Roof, became the third best-selling single of the year. By the time they were done, the duo had sold 7 million albums and 5 million singles. And Simon Cowell? He had finally made his first £1 million. The success gave Cowell the credibility and capital he needed to pursue bigger ambitions. In the late 1990s, he set his sights on the most lucrative segment of the pop music market – boy bands. But Cowell wasn't interested in just creating another cookie-cutter group. He wanted to perfect the formula. Enter Westlife. Working closely with his friend and fellow music manager Louis Walsh, Cowell helped develop and launch what will become one of the most successful boy bands in UK history. Westlife wasn't just another group of good-looking young men who could sing, they were a carefully crafted phenomenon. Every song was meticulously chosen, every image carefully curated, every performance strategically planned. The result? 14 #1 singles in the UK and 50 million records sold worldwide. Then, with this push, Cowell established his own company, Psycho Music, which would become the launching pad for his growing entertainment empire. In 2004, he revealed his next innovation, Il Divo, a multinational quartet that combined classical opera with pop music. It was a risk, nothing quite like it had been tried before, but Cowell's instincts proved right again. Il Divo's debut album topped charts in 35 countries, proving that Cowell could not only spot talent, but could create entirely new genres of popular music. Then, just as he was cementing his reputation as one of the music industry's most successful executives, an opportunity arose that would completely transform both his career and the entertainment industry itself. In 2001, television producer Simon Fuller approached Cowell with an idea that seemed almost absurd. What if they created a show where the public, not record executives, would choose Britain's next big star? The concept became Pop Idol, and it revolutionized television. This wasn't just another talent show, it was entertainment on an entirely new level. The format combined the raw emotion of undiscovered talent with the drama of competition and the power of audience participation. Viewers could follow contestants' journeys from their first auditions to their final performances, becoming emotionally invested in their success or failure. At the center of it all was Cowell, who brought his music industry expertise to the judge's chair. His brutal honesty and cutting remarks, "I don't mean to be rude, but that was horrific," became catchphrases, made him the judge that audiences love to hate. But beneath the harsh criticism was something viewers recognized as authentic, a genuine ability to spot real talent. The show was an immediate sensation in the UK, drawing millions of viewers and launching successful careers for its winners. But its true impact came when it crossed the Atlantic. American Idol debuted on Fox in 2002, with Cowell joining Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson on the judging panel. What happened next exceeded everyone's expectations. American Idol didn't just become a hit show, it became a cultural phenomenon. At its peak, it was drawing over 30 million viewers per episode. The chemistry between Cowell's brutal honesty, Paula Abdul's nurturing support, and Randy Jackson's laid-back expertise created television magic. More importantly, the show was actually delivering on its promise to create genuine stars. Kelly Clarkson, the first season's winner, proved that this new path to stardom could produce legitimate recording artists. Her debut single, A Moment Like This, shot to #1, and she went on to become one of the most successful recording artists of her generation. But she was just the beginning. Carrie Underwood emerged from season 4 to become a country music superstar. Jennifer Hudson, despite finishing only 7th in her season, went on to win an Academy Award. Clay Aiken, Chris Daughtry, Adam Lambert, the list of successful alumni grew with each season. For Cowell, the show's success created unprecedented opportunities. Through Psycho Music, he had first rights to sign the show's most promising contestants, adding to his growing stable of artists. He was creating stars from scratch, controlling every aspect of their development, from their first audition to their first platinum record. But Cowell wasn't content to just be a judge on someone else's show. He had bigger ambitions. In 2004, he launched the X Factor UK, taking everything he learned from Pop Idol and American Idol and adding his own twists. The show was about finding a complete package, someone who could be marketed and developed into a genuine star. And they did. The X Factor proved to be another massive success. But its greatest achievement came in 2010. 5 young solo contestants, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Liam Payne, Louis Tomlinson and Zayn Malik, had failed to advance individually. In a moment of inspiration, Cowell and his fellow judges decided to put them together as a group. One Direction was born, and they would go on to become one of the biggest boy bands in history. It showed that Cowell was good at judging talent, but he was exceptional at packaging and presenting it. Then, in 2006, Cowell had a realization that would reshape the entertainment landscape once again. While singing competitions had proven wildly successful, they were leaving out vast swathes of talented performers. What about the dancers, the comedians, the magicians, the knife throwers, the dog acts? There was a whole world of entertainment beyond music just waiting to be discovered. This insight led to the creation of America's Got Talent, a show that threw open the doors to anyone with a dream and a talent to share. The format was deceptively simple. Put any kind of entertainer on stage, let them perform for 90 seconds, and see if they can win over the judges and the audience. It was like vaudeville for the 21st century, combining the spectacle of a circus with the drama of a talent show. The show exploded in popularity, prompting Cowell to launch Britain's Got Talent the following year. Then, in 2009, something extraordinary happened. A 47-year-old church volunteer from a small Scottish village walked onto the Britain's Got Talent stage. Susan Boyle, with her unfashionable appearance and awkward demeanour, initially drew sniggers from the audience and eye rolls from the judges. Then she opened her mouth to sing "I Dreamed a Dream" from Les Miserables. What happened next became more than just a television moment. It became a global phenomenon. The contrast between the audience's initial judgment and Boyle's extraordinary voice created something magical. Within days, the video of her audition spread across the internet like wildfire. It racked up hundreds of millions of views, transcending cultural and language barriers. People who had never watched a talent show in their lives were sharing the clip, moved by this authentic moment of triumph over prejudice. Today, Got Talent is the most successful reality TV format in history, with versions in 70 countries. The X Factor has been produced in 55 territories. Cowell's shows have launched more international music careers than any other television format, with artists discovered through his programs selling more than 500 million records worldwide, including 250 number ones and 450 top 10 records. But how did all this translate into financial success? Let's look at the numbers for that. At the height of his American Idol fame, Cowell was earning $33 million per season. His company, Psycho Entertainment, became a powerhouse in both television production and music publishing. Artists signed to Psycho have included some of the biggest names in modern pop music: One Direction, Little Mix, Fifth Harmony, Leona Lewis, and many others. Cowell's net worth today stands at around $600 million, built through a combination of television appearances, production deals, music publishing rights, and clever business decisions. His success comes from understanding that modern entertainment isn't just about one thing. It's about creating multiple revenue streams and platforms that can work together. Not bad for a guy who started in the mailroom, right?